Okay, so I was asked to talk about the value of National Student Conclave, in particular to first-year physical therapy students. So let me say, first of all, this conference isn't tremendously different than other conferences in that what you get out of it is mostly what's not on the docket as opposed to what's on the schedule of events and the breakout sessions. The thing that's unique about the National Student Conclave is that it's basically all students, thousands of students from across the country, and when you have that kind of group of folks, young, enthusiastic, energetic together, you can't help but feed on the energy that's there. And as first-year students, or even as second and third-year students, if they're watching as well, sometimes the day-to-day stresses of physical therapy school can take a toll. You go to an event like this, you get surrounded by that energy, you get a renewed passion for your profession, and a newfound appreciation for the network of smart, energetic, and compassionate people that are out there getting closer to who practicing in the same way that you are. And what it does is it really reignites the fire for the profession when you get back to University of Cincinnati. But what I want to say in regards to National Student Conclave is that this is a great opportunity. And you've probably heard the saying that when opportunity knocks, you need to answer the door. But what you may or may not have heard is that you need to be able to recognize when opportunity is at the door. And this is a great example of when opportunity is sitting at the door, knocking, and are you going to recognize that opportunity, and are you going to answer the door and take advantage of it? And those are only decisions that you can make, but the University of Cincinnati is going to try and make it as good of a situation as possible to get you out there. They'll help fund it, and if they can't fund all or parts of it, they'll help reach out to organizations like the programs in the Louisville area, or maybe even if they're alumni in that general area, that may be able to host you for several nights. And you can always get together with a group of students and help take on some of the burden by sharing resources. There's always ways to make things happen. It's just a matter of whether you view these types of issues as challenges that are to be overcome or barriers that prevent you from getting involved. If you do decide to go, what I think it's important to keep in mind and plan for is that there is a schedule of events kind of during what you would consider the work day of breakout sessions and those kinds of things, but that's not the real value. It's great, and it was great for me to learn about what it's really like to be a sports physical therapist, a little bit more about what some of the sections have to offer, what some of the research is that's going out there. But to me, what this kind of conference is really about is getting together in between sessions, during lunch, during dinner, social events afterwards. For me, I enjoy having a few drinks with folks, so I'll go out and have a few drinks with people. Now there's dancing and other kinds of parties going on. You know, I was married with one child. I was an old man, so I didn't do a lot of that kind of stuff, but those things are available for you to take part in and to really develop relationships that extend just beyond the nature of the profession itself, and those types of relationships are invaluable going forward. Furthermore, as a third-year student, when I went to National Student Conclave, I didn't even realize that I could still run for national office, and you can be a student representative, if you will, for part of your third year and into your first year of professional practice. But what I realized in relation to first-year physical therapy students is that, number one, I wish I'd gotten involved a lot earlier. It would have been a lot more smoother process. I could have seen it from the get-go, what the process is like. What does it take to get involved? Number two, I could have positioned myself over my second and third year either to get involved at the national or state level. And what that would have done for me also is opened up some more doors for scholarships to CSM and otherwise. I applied for about 6 scholarships recently, and I got 3 of them. But one of the largest pieces of feedback was that I wasn't active enough in my state, national, local levels, and that didn't differentiate me against other folks that were. And here's a great opportunity for you to start to get active, to see how to become more active and kind of learn the ropes right from the get-go in your own backyard, not having to travel very far. And so I think that's what you need to be considering. All these opportunities are shaping up for you, and you don't always get these opportunities, and it's easy to say no. Oh, there's always excuses, and I like to say excuses are like armpits. They stink and everybody's got them. But, you know, everybody also is able to find ways around those excuses and those challenges. And that's what I think you need to be looking for, is what is the real value here? What will I learn? And maybe it's just learning what a conference is really like and getting that kind of exposure so that you have a better appreciation for the true value of these types of conferences going forward. But regardless of what you think of National Student Conclave, I think that you will get tremendous value out of going. I don't think you can appreciate the value that you will get out of it until you go. And I harp back on this all the time, but it was Steve Jobs, not me, but talked about that you can only connect the dots of your life retrospectively. You don't know the true value of what you're getting involved in until you go into it. Now, for Steve Jobs, it's going into I think it was a calligraphy course. And for me, it was going to National Student Conclave. But whatever it is for you, the value you get out of it can't be measured until after you actually get out there and get involved. So get involved, and if you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of me through email or phone. Shalene has both, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. That's something you'll find across the physical therapy community. Everybody always wants to and is willing to answer questions. They don't just say that to say it, they mean it. And in fact, a lot of people are disappointed when folks don't reach out with questions, because it is such a tight-knit and supportive group. We want to see each other succeed, and I want to see you succeed. So again, get involved, and thank you for your time.